You ever have a neighbor who thinks they're the mayor of the block? The kind who'd call the cops on a squirrel for crossing their lawn? That's Karen, my backyard nemesis, who decided my new pool was her personal hill to die on. It all started with a splash, but not the fun kind. Oh no. This was the kind that ends with sirens and a viral neighborhood meltdown. I just moved into this cozy little house in suburban Ohio, a fixer-upper with a backyard that screamed potential. Me, I'm Jake. 34 single dad, high school history teacher, not exactly living the rock star life, but I was stoked about one thing: the pool. It wasn't fancy, just a 15-foot above ground number I'd saved up for. Something for my kid, Ethan, to splash around in after years of apartment living. The day we set it up, Ethan was out there, all gap-toothed grin and Spider-Man floaties, cannonballing like he was auditioning for the Olympics. I was on the deck, sipping a cheap beer, thinking, yeah, this is it. This is home. That's when I heard her, the voice that could curdle milk. "Excuse me, Jacob," she said, stretching my name like it was an accusation. Karen lived next door, a woman in her late 50s with a perm that looked like it was holding a grudge and a wardrobe of pastel cardigans. She stood at the fence line, our shared, rickety wooden fence arms crossed, glaring like I'd just set her azaleas on fire. "That pool is too close to my property. It's a safety hazard, and I'm pretty sure it's illegal." I blinked, caught off guard. The pool was a solid 10 feet from the fence, well within my property line, which I'd triple-checked with the surveyor before buying the place. I tried to keep it light. You know, de-escalate. "Hey, Karen, it's all good. I had the lines checked. We're clear." But she wasn't having it. Her eyes narrowed, and she muttered something about ordinances before storming off. I figured that was the end of it. Spoiler, it wasn't. The next week, things got weird. I'd catch Karen out there with a tape measure, eyeballing my pool like she was CSI Suburbia. She'd scribble notes, take photos, even lean over the fence to inspect my deck. Ethan started calling her the pool police, which was funny until it wasn't. One morning, I found a typed letter in my mailbox, no stamp, just Karen's loopy signature at the bottom. It was a 2-page manifesto about how my pool was devaluing her property and attracting riffraff. Pretty sure she meant Ethan's buddies from soccer. She demanded I move it or she'd take action. I laughed it off, showed it to my buddy Mike over beers. "She's bluffing," he said. "Karen's always bluff." Yeah, that happened. But Karen wasn't bluffing. A few days later, I'm grilling burgers. Ethan's splashing away, and I hear this god-awful screech like a cat stuck in a blender. I run to the fence, and there's Karen, red-faced, wielding a pair of hedge clippers like she's auditioning for a horror flick. She's hacking at the fence, arm fence, screaming about how it's on her land, and she's reclaiming her rights. Splinters are flying. Ethan's freaking out, and I'm just standing there, burger spatula in hand, thinking, is this woman unhinged? I yell. "Karen, stop, that's my fence too." She doesn't even look up, just keeps swinging, muttering about encroachment. That's when the twist hit Mrs. Delgado, the sweet old lady from across the street, shuffles over with her walker, looking like she's about to throw hands. "Karen, you've lost your damn mind," she shouts. Which, let me tell you, is not a sentence I ever expected from a 78-year-old who knits Christmas sweaters. Mrs. Delgado, it turns out, had been watching Karen's antics for years and was done. She told me later Karen once tried to report her for excessive rose bushes. Excessive rose bushes. Mrs. Delgado's cameo gave me a second to regroup, but Karen was on a mission. By the time I got Ethan inside and grabbed my phone to record because, yeah, this was going viral, she'd taken down half the fence. Boards were splintered, nails sticking out like a tetanus trap, and Karen was panting like she'd just run a marathon. I tried reasoning. "Karen, we can talk this out. You're gonna hurt yourself. But she spun on me, clippers pointed like a sword. This is my property line. Jacob, I've lived here 20 years. You don't get to waltz in with your tacky pool and ruin everything. Tacky my $800 pool from Walmart. Okay, lady. That's when she upped the ante. She pulled out her phone, dialed 911, and hand to God told the dispatcher, "There's a trespasser destroying my property." I'm standing there, jaw on the floor, as she spins this tale about me invading her land with my pool. Ethan's peeking out the window, whispering, "Dad, is she gonna arrest us?" And I'm trying to keep it together. Like, nah, buddy. She's just confused. But inside, I'm boiling. This woman's out here demolishing a fence, scaring my kid, and I'm the trespasser. You know what I mean? The cops showed up. 2 officers who looked like they'd rather be anywhere else. Karen's in full performance mode now, waving her arms, pointing at the wrecked fence, claiming I'd threatened her by putting up a pool. I'm holding my phone, showing them the video of her going full lumberjack Karen, and Mrs. Delgado's backing me up, calling Karen a menace to the block. The officers are trying not to laugh, but you can tell they're over it. One of them, Officer Ramirez, pulls me aside. "Look, man, we get calls like this all the time. She's got no case, but that fence, you're both on the hook for it." I nod, but I'm fuming. Why am I paying for her tantrum? Then came the real kicker. While Karen's ranting to the second officer, Ethan tugs my sleeve. "Dad, the pool's leaking." I turn, and sure enough, there's a slow trickle of water seeping from the side of the pool, right where Karen's fence massacre sent a stray board crashing into it. My heart sinks. That pool was Ethan's summer, our little slice of joy. And now it's draining into the grass because Karen couldn't handle a property line she didn't even own. I wanted to scream, but I kept it cool for Ethan, who's looking at me like I can fix anything. Let me back up a sec. Karen didn't just ruin the fence. She'd cost me the one thing that made this house feel like ours. The cops made Karen stop, issued her a warning for property damage, and told us both to sort out the fence with the city. But the damage was done. My pool was toast, $800 down the drain. Literally. Ethan was quiet that night. No more cannonballs. Just a kid staring at a soggy backyard. I called a contractor the next day, got the fence replaced, split the cost with Karen because, legally, I had to. She didn't apologize. Just left another note in my mailbox about pool regulations. I didn't even read it, just tossed it in the recycling. Here's where it gets juicy, though. Mrs. Delgado, bless her, wasn't letting Karen slide. She posted my video of the fence incident on the neighborhood Facebook group, and it blew up. People I didn't even know were commenting. Classic Karen and sharing their own stories, turns out. She'd pulled stunts like this before, like reporting a kid's lemonade stand for unpermitted commerce. The post went viral, got picked up by a local news blog, and suddenly Karen's the talk of the town. She stopped coming outside as much, probably because every neighbor was giving her the side eye. I heard she's trying to sell her house now, but good luck with that who wants to buy next to the pool police. Me, I'm saving up for a new pool, maybe an in-ground one this time, just to rub it in. Ethan's already planning his next cannonball. But every time I look at that new fence, I think about how Karen thought she owned it. Owned me. Owned the whole damn block. She didn't. And that's the thing about Karens, they push and push. But eventually, the neighborhood pushes back. So, what do you think? Was I too soft on her? Or did the universe handle it with that viral takedown? Drop your take below. I want to hear how you deal with a Karen like this.